All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is FR0M Banya Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nakwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. It's going to be a quick, um, what do you call it, impromptu lesson dealing with the recent news coming out that these what they call nice agents. I'm gonna show you a picture of what I'm talking about. They're saying that these nice agents could just be uh, what we know as the oath keepers and the what they call them, proud boys. All right, I want to read this article first. Actually, then play this clip. Actually, I'll play the clip first, and y'all let me know what you think.
That people on the left side of the aisle politically, this is a message that people on the left side of the aisle politically speaking have been trying to push since all of these ICE raids have begun. And I've seen, I'm going to show you a video by Good Trouble here in a minute, but I've seen multiple creators of various sizes, from a couple of thousand to a couple of million, make this point over and over and over again, and it doesn't seem like people are getting it. You remember these guys? The Patriot Front. Remember these guys? They show up in U-Haul vans with their faces covered.
Right. I actually remember that. It was few years ago when you see them marching and they would pull up on the highways and Jake would try to confront them. Then now you don't see that anymore.
Wearing matching khakis, shirts, and hats, and they march with these homemade shields. Remember them? When's the last time you've seen them march through an American city? You haven't seen them at all since Trump got inaugurated, have you?
Mm.
And how about counter-protesters at the ICE protest? Where ICE is, people show up to protest them. At their facilities, when they're roaming the streets, people show up to protest ICE. And who shows up to counter-protest? The Proud Boys, the Three Percenters, the Boogaloo Boys, all of them. None of them are counter-protesting anymore. Wherever there's an ICE detention center where people on the left are protesting ICE's existence in that area, there are zero counter-protests anymore. Why? Because those are the people in the ICE uniforms conducting the raids.
Mm.
The federal government has hired so many more ICE agents than we could possibly imagine. They got their faces covered, and they're out there kicking in doors and shooting people in the face, because those are the people that used to do the counter-protests. Here is Good Trouble breaking this down for you. And this is a story about a pastor who was actually detained by ICE and let go after he refused to tell them he was afraid of them.
So we know that's what they want, is fear. All right, so you heard it for yourself.
An ICE agent literally came over to me and said, "What did you say?" I said, "I'm not afraid." And they pointed a gun in my face. ICE put handcuffs on my hands and put me in a black SUV. And then a few moments later, they came back and they said, "Are you afraid yet?" And I said, "No." And then they said it. "Well, you're white. You wouldn't be fun anyway." It was then that I knew that this staging, that these ICE raids are really about fear and intimidation. The video.
Ooh, fear and intimidation. Now, who you think they're trying to intimidate? Right. Share this tab. All right, and Elder Apostle Tahar, he coined the term narrow being a reflection or Trump, and reincarnation. All right. Well, I'm gonna read this article real quick. It says ICE officer was caught, and this was in 2025. ICE officer caught wearing Proud Boys insignia, right? Wearing a Proud Boys insignia in Southwest Detroit. In a chilling development, Dearborn blog has obtained an exclusive image showing an ICE officer wearing tactical gear with a visible Proud Boys insignia during an enforcement stop in Southwest Detroit, a majority Latin American neighborhood. Northern tribes, man. See, this is why we say that, according to the scriptures, there's going to be a race war, according to the scriptures, man. All right. Also, a civil war. The Proud Boys are a far right group designated as a hate organization, and they got on. They've been deputized. The Southern Poverty, by the Southern Poverty Law Center, right, are known for their involvement in the nationalist violence in the January 6th Capitol riot. According to internal sources, Dearborn blog has confirmed that ICE is currently hiring individuals affiliated with the Proud Boys, raising alarm over extremist infiltration in federal law enforcement. All right. So you got this guy here. He's actually from the northern tribes of Manasseh. And he could be actually Edomite, that's from Cuba. You never know. So, all right. Just something to be aware of. Who are the Proud Boys, Oath Keepers? You got many other groups out there that they call white nationals, but they really eat them. You know, imagine that really being this. All right, but I want to read something. Show you why I got him dressed up like Nero during the fall of Rome. Um, well, not the fall of Rome, but the rebellion in Rome when the Israelites started rebelling against the fighting back against the Roman Empire. All right, so like there you go. It says I typed in. I said, "Yo, did Nero, right? Nero, did he have his own private militia, kind of like ICE today, right?" And it says this: Yes, Nero, like other Roman emperors, he utilized the Praetorian Guard to maintain control. All right, so he would break off branches of the Praetorian Guard and use them to maintain control under his rulership, which included intimidation, what they're pushing right now, intimidation, fear, arresting. That's what we see them doing, arresting people, right? And rounding up perceived enemies. This is what Nero did. He had his own private militia of the Praetorian Guard that he would use to bully people, to intimidate them, to arrest them, and to round up perceived enemies or political enemies, critics, and political threats. See, they acted as a secret police force. Praetorian Guard acted as a secret police force, just like ICE is like a secret police force for Trump. The Praetorian Guard became a secret police force for Nero, often using disguised speculators. That's why I titled it that. They would, um, during these times, they would be called ICE. During that time, they're called speculators. All right, the speculators of the Praetorian Guard. Using disguised speculators to monitor, see, monitoring public protests, gladiator contests, and theatrical performances to identify dissidents. All right, it says here, secret police role. The guard acted as intelligent agents, intelligence agents, using espionage and intimidation to protect the emperor's interests, just like Trump. Targeting citizens. They operated in plain clothes to blend into crowds and identify those criticizing the emperor. It was a special unit. It said a specialized unit called the speculators was specifically used to monitor, kidnap, or arrest people. A specialized unit called the speculators was specifically used to monitor, kidnap, or arrest people. All right. Um, but check this out. While they functioned in this capacity, the guards' loyalty often shifted. That's what, mm. And they ultimately deserted Nero in his final days. Hmm. All right. They called the speculators. It was a specialized unit that they used to kidnap, monitor, and arrest people. Isn't that something? Well, with that being said, I'm gonna get this scripture. It says here, Psalm 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, man. It's the secret counsels. You know, you never know what they got planned for us, for the for the citizens of America, and for Jake, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. You see that? This is their insurrection. Let's get that real quick. The term insurrection. Etymology. It says insurrection meaning a rising up. So hide us from the rising up of the wicked and the workers of iniquity, man, that rise up against us. All right. And that's what they're doing. They're rising up um really against the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. But then they're also rising up against the citizens of this place. Verse 3, who wet their tongue like a sword, so that his words create bloodshed, just like a sword does, and blood is on his hands. Right? They wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. What's that? Them policies, man, that they put in place. So his words are like arrows that they shoot at us, you know, for war. Anything he say, they start to do it. And his tongue is like a sword, man. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect, man. So really, they know who they targeting. They really want to get rid of the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, right? With this whole setup here, and then trying to annex Canada and Greenland. which really would increase their numbers and decrease ours as they kick us out and put our people in concentration camps. So suddenly do they shoot at him and they fear not. So they're making a move. This is a move they made, God disguised as them trying to protect and make America great again, allegedly. But really, it was all about his own interests. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Um, Matter of fact, let me go to this one instead. Let me go to this one. Move around real quick. All right, so let's go to Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west. So they're going to fear the name of the Lord. Let's go back to that. Matter of fact, Psalm 64. Because they're going to fear the name of the Lord because of this. It says here, Psalm 64:6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, man. All right. So they all got wicked plans, man. All these globalists or global elites like Trump. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So the Lord's going to send his plagues. And one of those plagues is the ICBMs. Right? You shoot arrows or policies at our people, the Lord's going to cast judgment, render his judgment on these heathens. So they shall make their own tongue, see, to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yahweh, for they shall wisely consider of his doings. Whew. Once the Most High step in and intervene, all the proud boy shit gonna stop. You know, all the oaths they got, oath keeping is gonna be broken, and all the ice gonna be melted. The righteous shall be glad. See, the righteous shall be glad in Yahweh and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. So not all Israel, not all of our people, but the righteous of our people that have turned to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai early. All right. And the one that's doing this work and standing for the Lord uprightly in heart, they're going to be the ones that glory in that day because of this. Because of this right here. Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west and his glory from the rising of the sun. So they're going to fear his name because the Lord going to put Psalms 91, give his angels charge over his elect, especially over here in the east in Babylon. Right? And his glory from the rising of the sun, because that's where Yahweh Shai is going to show up over there in the Middle East, what they call the Middle East. And a lot of those ICBMs going to be shot from over there. The spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him, man. So when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. That means every operation that the Lord has to protect us with, that he's commissioned us to be protected, meaning his angels, the spirit that's within us, spirit of the Lord, spirit of truth, his covering, all of that's going to be activated. The spirit that's within you and the angels that's without. We're going to be protecting you. All right. So the Lord going to lift up a standard saying, what? Touch not my anointed. Because of this, This is where was that? No, this is what I want. Let's go to 2 Ezra 15:3. It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." So even if uh, any of these goons ever heard this message that we're teaching, that the Lord is going to stand against them, and they didn't believe, well, the Lord said we shouldn't fear their unbelief, their disbelief. We shouldn't fear their imaginations against us. All right, because at the end of the day, the Lord is in control, Yahweh, and His Son Yahweh Shai, and He will protect His elect. It's just about in His own due time, man, when He chooses to. All right. So the Lord said, "Don't fear this," and that's what they want. They want fear. All right. Two things can control a person: inspiration, meaning guiding them, or something chasing them. Fear. And through that fear, they can chase you into a corner or chase you into a trap. All right. Or cause you to move in haste. All right. So this is Deuteronomy. No, 2 Ezra 16. We go to 2 Ezra 16:70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And that really started in 70 AD. All right. Oh, that insurrection that was against the Roman Empire under Nero, once again, who really started it off around 66 AD. I think he died around 68, if I'm not mistaken. Unalived himself, from what I remember. But it says here, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection, uprising, once again, upon those that fear the Lord." All right, talking about the Israelites. "And they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling," even to this day, "but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord." See, even to this day, Esau is still going against Jacob. But the Lord gonna bring shame upon them because of that. All right. "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." And the only way a militia or army can do that is if the emperor or president or the Caesar commissions them and gives them the green light to do it. "Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire." So you may run into this. We may run into these devils. And the Lord says you may be tried. One Jake, they grabbed him up, and he's an American citizen, alleged, paperwork, and they grabbed him up and shipped him off somewhere in Latin America. Wherever they got their holding cells, and then they found out he was American, and it took him a while. And then they sent him back home. Like they can put you through all of that, man. Just send you off, take you away from your family, just pull up to you on the side of the street, jump out, put guns on you in front of your family, and take you or your wife or anybody, all because of this guy commissioned it. If they found out they was wrong, all they gotta do is just say sorry or no sorry. They want fear. But the Lord said, "What? Hear ye, O my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide." He's gonna guide us through this. All right. So don't be afraid, and don't doubt silently in your heart where you like, oh man, this is getting close. No, the Lord said, don't doubt. Look what he told Peter. He told him to walk on the water, to come out to meet him. And Peter started paying attention to the wind, the danger, the drowning, the water, the cold, whatever he was looking at. He wasn't focused on what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said, what to trust him. So, and even when he started doubting, he started sinking, Yahushua still had mercy on him and reached and grabbed his hand and pulled him back up and keep you strong, keep you focused. So he said, don't fear, neither doubt. Don't doubt, man. All right, fortify your mind from what's to come. Study the stories of how the Lord delivered the Israelites from danger, uh, specifically the elect. All right, Psalms 10 and 10. He crouched. Let's go to Psalms 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride, see the proud boys in his pride. Esau, Obadiah says, the pride of thy heart has deceived thee. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices or imaginations that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and bless the covetous, the greedy, whom Yahweh abhorreth. So the Lord hates their gatherings and malicious. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh. Right, all their ways are immoral, like beasts, and sinful, and murderous. Right, and hypocritical. He won't seek after the Lord's ways and what His plan is. All right, that's why the Lord said they forgot what the end of it would be. The same thing that happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. His ways are always grievous, man. Nothing righteous about him. Everything he chooses. Oh, we're gonna give y'all this back. We're gonna do this for you. And next thing you know, all hell break loose. Hey, we're gonna give y'all $2,000 every citizen. Next thing you know, they hate. You feel me? So thy judgments are far above out of his sight. Esau can't see it. That judgment is coming. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Look at all the enemies he got now that he created. He have said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never sit in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. That's those politicians. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. See, just like a sword, double-edged sword. Is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages and the neighborhoods. See, through his power seat, right? Through his hands, which is these militias that he got. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places, in the ghettos and neighborhoods, and through the technology. Doeth he murder the innocent? His eyes are privily set against the poor. I mean, they always set against us. All right, privily. Let's see privily again. Yep. So all those agencies, remember in Daniel, it tells you full of eyes, right? All these different agencies. It says his eyes, or you can say agencies or their plans are secretly against the poor, against the children of Israel. All right. No, I'll see if I got this word privily. Yeah. So it basically means secretly. All right. So he lieth and wait secretly, as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor, and he doeth catch the poor when he draweth him in to his net. That's shit, man. Esau got a wide net too, man. Especially with the internet. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. That's what a politician does. They show up smiling, Esau's gang symbol, and try to get you to vote for him and act all innocent, like a lamb. But they speak as dragons. They really like wars in their heart. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. See that? He hath said in his heart, Yahweh hath forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it. Arise, O Yahweh, lift up thy hand, forget not the humble. Wherefore doeth the wicked contemn Yahweh? He he have said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Yeah, Esau think he's God. All right, so thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite to requite it. So the Lord sees what Esau is doing. All right. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked. See, the Lord's going to break their strength, break their arm. And the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. Yahweh is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land, and that's gonna happen real soon. Yahweh, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. This is our desire for the Lord to protect us and deliver us from what's coming, and to have mercy on us, and to get those heathens out of our face and out of our land. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear. So the Lord has prepared our heart, and He's causing our ear to hear, meaning He's guiding us to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress, man. All right, so that's what this is for. That's why we're in this truth, because the Lord has already set it in motion to rid us of Esau's oppression on this earth. All right. Isaiah 41:14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob. We like a worm. You can't fight against uh, Esau's onslaught and oppression from different angles, different levels of it. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness or rulers in the high places. But the Lord said, Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. So the Lord said He's gonna help us, man. He's gonna help the worm. And the worm just means defenseless or prey, right? The weak ones. But the reason I wanted to go into this, it says Ecclesiastes 1:9, the thing that have been is that which shall be. Just like Nero had his own private unit um, during the Roman Empire called the Spectatores of the Praetorian Guard, and it became his militia, and it would kidnap people and all that. The same thing happening today. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything where it may be said, see, this is new? It have been already of old time, which was before us. All right, there is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of the things that are to come with those that shall come after. So he could be Nero back in the flesh again, or Caesar, or anybody. But Nero did the same thing 2,000 thousands of years ago. I don't think that's a coinky dink. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna end it there, man. But just a little update. It says uh, ICE officer caught wearing the Proud Boys insignia in Southwest Detroit. All right. So yeah, that's why the Lord said be circumspect. Because the times are evil that we're in. All right. So I'm gonna end it there. Hopefully this was edifying. It's like 3:30 in the morning, so y'all probably gonna see this till y'all get up. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.